welcome to our latest and greatest edition of Spotlight on Success. I'm here with Nate Rhoton, and I'm sorry, we've been making fun of his last name. So I was talking about, should it be Rhoton or Rhoton? And then you brought in Rhoton to the conversation, and so we're on our third take now. But anyway, we are here with Nate, and before we get into Sky Renewable Energy and the reason that we are so happy to be honoring you for Spotlight on Success Local Heroes this year, we need to have a conversation about you winning Dancing with the Bars.
Yes, I'm officially the Dancing with the Bar champion for 2012.
So what does that mean?
Well, you know, it's an amazing charity-driven event that they do every year. Sway Events does it here in the Valley, and they partner local. It used to just be bartenders, and that's hence how it got its name, Dancing with the Bars. But this year they chose different people from the community. My work with the Human Rights Campaign and Equality Arizona, they selected me to do it. And I had never danced before. I had never done any kind of 8-count anything. And they pair you with a professional dancer, just like Dancing with the Stars, just minus the stars. And we had from May until July to rehearse these numbers and learn to be a ballroom dancer. And it was a lot more work than I ever thought it would be.
You're in good shape anyway, but did it really get you in shape? And did you come home and you were like, I'm in pain?
I would come home with bruises all up and down my sides, and we were trying tricks, and it was something. I almost wanted to quit, but it was one of those things where you just have to push through, and it was a lot of work, but it was so much fun.
Well, you persevered, and we're going to talk about your perseverance with the organizations that you're involved with as well. But first and foremost, congratulations. It's a big deal. Did you get a big trophy?
I did. They're mounting my name on it right now, and then it will go to Apollo's, which was the bar that I was paired with. So we did fundraising with them. We raised over $1,500 for the Joshua Tree feeding program.
Wonderful.
And then I also get to go on a cruise in November.
That is so cool. Well, we love Joshua Tree. I'm going to take a side note because I see the opportunity. My Valley Leadership team created a program called Friends Forever, and it's a adult shelter pet and people with HIV pairing program. So really positively impacting 2 wonderful communities. And when we created the program, we very lovingly placed it with Joshua Tree. So
I love it.
We're so excited. It's definitely the right home for Joshua Tree. So we have that in common. So we're going to talk about Sky Renewable Energy for a minute, and then we're going to talk about you persevering and some of the wonderful nonprofit work you do. So tell me about Sky Renewable Energy.
Sure. Sky Renewable Energy was started really in 2007 out of my family's construction company that was started in 2001 to bring solar photovoltaic solutions to residential and commercial applications. So most recently we did solar at the Children's Museum downtown, the Burton Bar Library on Central, and the top of the U.S. Airways parking structure right by the arena. And so we do that work, but then we also, really where our heart is helping people lower their utility bills so that they can afford their homes. And that's the residential side of the program.
And you are a part of the Energized Phoenix program.
We are.
And so there was a report that came out 2 or 3 years ago that said the LGBT community were more energy conscious or just more environmentally aware. So is Sky Renewable Energy specifically targeting the LGBT community?
You know, I don't like to say that we specifically target any community because really we target families. And what that means to me is any 2 or more people that are sharing their lives together, and whether they are LGBT or straight or what have you, they want to, at the end of the day, have more time together. And if that means lowering their utility bills so that they don't have to spend as much money on electricity, that translates to me into more family time. I think that plays with no matter who your customer base is.
Absolutely. But you are Proud One community business members, so we know that you're certainly reaching in to the LGBT community, not specifically targeting just this community, targeting everybody. And talk to me about the Energized Energized Phoenix program. I know that Sherry and I happen to live in that Energized Phoenix area, and there's some amazing rebates out there, for folks that can participate in the program.
Yep. Now, this isn't solar related. The Energized Phoenix program is for energy upgrades to your home, and if you live within it, there are special rebates available to help you do energy efficiency projects in your home, whether it's duct sealing so you're not leaking your cooled air into your attic, or increasing your insulation in your home, changing out windows, window caulking, things of that sort. So you're lowering your total energy usage. And then we can come in after that and do a solar system for you that you can lease, no money down, and you end up with a very, very low or no utility bill.
So we choose to participate, and we lease a solar system from Sky Renewable Energy. How much can that possibly impact our local electricity bill? What's the percentages?
Well, we can really design a system that can handle your entire utility bill.
Wow.
Now, so along with the increase in system size is a higher lease payment. You can attribute it to like leasing a car.
Sure.
You know, there's the car lease payments run the gamut. However, in this case, you're leasing a solar system that then is reducing your utility bill by a greater amount than your lease payment.
Okay.
So no matter what the system size is, we can make it so that you're realizing immediate savings in your utility bills.
Wonderful. Now, what happens if I don't use all the energy?
It actually goes back to the grid, and APS or SRP pays you for it. However, that's not the best economical choice for a homeowner. They never should overproduce. They should underproduce slightly.
Okay.
Because what they pay you is a wholesale rate that's not all that good.
So you work with individual homeowners in creating alternative energy opportunities so that we can lower our electricity bill and obviously keep the lights on.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
And when it comes to the LGBT community, one of the things that I'm proud of is that whenever I do business in the community, I like to do business with other businesses that are comfortable and knowledgeable about dealing with the LGBT community. I don't want someone coming into my home that is addressing me, asking me where my wife is.
Sure.
Because they think that that's the norm. And so we work very hard to make sure that all of our installation crew is very comfortable with dealing with anyone in the LGBT community. They obviously know that I am a member of that community, and so they have a respect level that I think is better than some of our competitors that don't fully understand what that means.
Well, and I mean, that's one of the big things for us as far as our One Community business members. We, like to say on a daily basis, you vote with your wallet every day. And we had a pipe go bad in our kitchen, about 3 months ago now. And the great part was I just said, well, look in the business directory and find us a plumber. We knew that it didn't matter who we chose, that Sherry and I would both be treated with the dignity and respect we deserve to be treated with, which on a Sunday at 9 o'clock in the morning is incredibly important, let me tell you. But that's why we think that the business directory is so incredibly important. We know that members of the LGBT community can look in that business directory, they can make a choice for the product or service that they need, and there is an assurance that you're going to be treated with the dignity and respect that we all deserve to be treated with.
I love that.
Buying a vehicle is a pretty big decision. At Camelback Volkswagen, there is a difference. It's not the Volkswagen, it's not the price. The difference is our commitment to you. It starts with our 24-hour test drive, 5-day no-hassle return policy, so you get the right Volkswagen for you. At Camelback Volkswagen, the difference is nitrogen-filled tires, door guards, even service loaners for life. We're here for you even after the sale, and if you ever need anything, contact me directly. Experience the difference, the Camelback Volkswagen difference.
So that's a perfect segue, dignity and respect. You work with two really amazing organizations. One is here locally, Equality Arizona, and the other one is HRC, the Human Rights Campaign. Tell us about the work that you do volunteering for both of these organizations.
Sure. Approximately 4 years ago, I became a member of the Human Rights Campaign local steering committee. The thing that I like about the way that HRC is organized is since they are a federal level lobbying organization, they don't have any paid employees in any other city or state except for Washington, D.C.
Okay.
So in the 38 cities around the country that we have steering committees, they're all volunteers. So that means when you give $1 to HRC, it's not going to fund someone's salary here in Phoenix. But yet we have one of the most amazing steering committees here in Phoenix that is, again, 100% volunteer driven, making differences in lives here locally, but then also helping to impact congressional races like the current race with Kirsten Sinema in Congressional District 9, and she's been endorsed by the Human Rights Campaign.
Okay.
So it makes it really a neat system that they have in place. It gets you involved. I can't tell you how many people I've met and experiences I've had because of being involved with the Human Rights Campaign. So I would encourage anyone that is wanting to become more involved to take that step and see it absolutely pays you back in dividends greater than anything you put into it.
Wonderful. And so from an endorsement standpoint, how far into state or local races does HRC go with their endorsements?
They actually don't do state or local races. That's where then Equality Arizona picks up. And I have taken a keen interest in local politics, particularly recently as I look to potentially run for state legislature in 2014. And
what district?
It will be District 24.
Okay.
So it's the current District 24 that was just redrawn. I won't mention names of who's running in it. And so for me, that's why I became interested in Equality Arizona. Equality Arizona, just like HRC, lobbies at the state level. So looking at school districts and bullying policies and your state representatives, state senate, mayoral races. And these are all races where we can have a significant impact on the candidates that will then translate into for instance, the city of Glendale, the mayoral race there, one of the candidates that's been endorsed by Equality Arizona is very pro putting protective clauses into the city's charter so that we can be protected in the LGBT community. So we can affect that race and then potentially see greater protections for our community through that.
Well, we believe in full diversity and inclusion, to say that it's ridiculous that the LGBT community doesn't have the same rights and protections as our heterosexual counterparts in a variety of areas, both in the state and nationally, just doesn't make any sense. So we certainly appreciate the work you're doing.
Thank you.
It's the work you're doing that really made us take a look when we were looking at our Spotlight on Success honorees this year. We are so delighted to be hosting you and toasting you on October 19th. We really do. Nathan, you're making this a better world and a better Phoenix, and we appreciate everything you're doing.
Following in your footsteps,
Oh,
Angela.
you're so good. Join us on October 19th. Nate and 11 other amazing LGBT and allied One Community business members will be honored at our second annual Spotlight on Success Local Heroes Awards.